Everyone says they have integrity. Every company does, every person. But the bottom line is if everyone has a different definition of integrity, there's no integrity. So our definition was doing what we say we will do when we say we're going to do it.
That's one of the 5 core principles of Chip's linguistic abstraction philosophy.
Inside of that was 30 words and definitions that defined how we did business and how we communicated.
And there you have it, evidence that Chip's success was by design. Even so, it could only happen at that time, in this place, by the team Chip assembled. That begs the question, how did those elements come together so perfectly?
Not too many times do we encounter an individual that has come up by pulling himself up by the bootstraps.
The journey to the upper reaches of business success started by good fortune. He was lucky enough to be part of a colossal failure.
Well, they called Dome Canada's biggest bankruptcy. I think it was about $20 billion at the time.
After Dome's dive, Chip went on a walkabout, visiting Brazil, where he noticed men wearing long, baggy shorts, an idea he deemed perfect for the Canadian marketplace.
Chip has never been a leader that's based in fear. He's based in possibility. He's based in innovation. He's never looked back and been afraid of anything.
So without hesitation, he produced 300 pairs of shorts, and he was going to sell them to Canada's top retailers. They were going to love them. Just one problem, they didn't, and Chip was stuck with inventory nobody wanted.
I think because I didn't have any history, no baggage, no knowledge of the business at all, it just seemed obvious to me, well, I'll just go set up my own store. So I invented vertical retailing.
Vertical retailing in the surf and snowboard business that resulted in the selling of millions of pairs of baggy shorts. It was a great business model and it worked well. So well that eventually he was in a position to achieve his lifelong goal, early retirement. With his profits, he purchased a house and kits and set out to enjoy himself. It was during this brief retirement period that he happened upon a new way of life, yoga. He took a few classes, quickly determined yoga clothing was a need.
That he's always trying to find ways to solve athletic needs through performance, function, fit, whatever it is. So he's always way ahead of everyone else.
That's an understatement. He was over the horizon and racing forward while everyone else was oblivious to the yoga tsunami that was about to hit. Well, maybe he was too far ahead. He had to return to work for Westbeach to earn money to keep Lululemon afloat. He also sought solutions to cash flow needs, and in doing so ventured outside of his direct-to-consumer model and sold inventory to a retailer that went belly up, leaving Chip gasping for air. He had no choice. He had to borrow money or go bust, so he leveraged that kit's home.
Thank God for the Vancouver real estate market, because I borrowed on that to start Lululemon for a couple $100,000. Then I ran out of money maybe about 8 months later. I had to borrow another $200,000, so I was at the hilt. And then we start the business, we get it going, and then I have this Superstar Sports goes bankrupt, and I can't even make payroll in a couple of weeks. It's getting Christmas time. We were moving our store across the street to a bigger store. I went back to the bank. The house had gone up in value another $100,000. I borrowed another $50,000. Got through Christmas. I now had almost 3 kids under the age of 2, and things were like tense, but we loved the business.
And then the breakthrough came, and it came on the day that he and Shannon married.
It was a Saturday, April 20th, 2002, and our sales the Saturday before were about maybe $7,000. It went to $30,000 that day.
The rest, they say, is history. Lululemon took off, and then Chip said, it's someone else's turn, and he stepped away, only to return when he wasn't happy with the results. After a trajectory realignment, Chip did leave and set his sights once again on the path of the infinite.
There's still angst that he has, that he wants to do even more. And I think he's going to prove that Lululemon was just the start of a great career.
A truly great career that now includes ownership in one of the world's largest sportswear companies. A career that has provided him with the opportunity to give back.
Chip and Shannon and the family are very philanthropic. They have given to Emily Carr, the Wilson School of Design, amazing laughter down at the foot of Denman was a gift to the city from Chip and his family. I think it's something that there have always been focus on, and I think as time marches forward with us here at Hold It All, that's going to be a bigger thing, a bigger part of what we do.
Chip Wilson, you built and we benefited.